Oh, it's because it sounds like the. I saw a Vine and it was like endives. It's like a type of vegetable, and they've went and zoomed right in on it, and it's pure endive, and it's really good. I thought it was quite fun.
That does sound pretty good.
I know. Anyway, right, you wanted to do the intro?
Hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, episode 9, which is in French.
No.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There you go, on the ball, under pressure.
Because we're just making that our thing, you know.
No,
teach you a new number every week.
No, I don't like French though.
Yeah, me neither.
So let's not.
Yeah, it's like when it gets to 60, it's like, or is it 80?
Mate, I'm struggling past
20s and all that.
20, if I'm honest.
Catchvan.
I don't know.
A catchvan, that's it, it's 80.
Catchvan.
I think it's stupid.
I know. Fuck the
I've
French.
had this argument with my girlfriend.
Fuck the French. Fuck them.
She loves French, well she doesn't really, she just studies it, but she hates it somehow.
Tell her I'm live in France and shut the fuck up.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a Cosy Couch. This is an entertainment podcast around, or more of
He's having a stroke!
It's about games and movies, you know, sometimes TV shows and comics, all that jazz, all the cool entertainment stuff.
I would mostly say games, movies, TV, very occasionally comics. It's so rare.
Yeah. Well, I include comics because, for example, Civil War came out this week.
Well, yeah, okay.
And that's a comic book adaptation of a film, so...
Okay, that's fair enough.
So anyway, my name is Nick. This is...
Richard.
Yeah. So you can follow us on Twitter, at The Cosy Couch.
Yep.
He is...
At Dark Saxon.
And I am at NickSolo89. So if you like the show, please subscribe. And all that jazz, you know.
We've also got Facebook, just The Cosy Couch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's where we post shows on both, so...
Yeah, but Facebook's better because you've got a bigger character count.
Yeah.
So you can get a bit more in it.
I hate
so
that.
I have to
Twitter,
be... Because it's me that mostly does the Twitter, I'm sitting for ages like... Oh, I can't say that, it's too long.
Yeah.
Can't
I
say
hate
that,
how the
that's
link
too
is included in your
Yes!
account.
I know. Why doesn't it just do the same thing Facebook does, where it just brings up a wee box with the YouTube thing in it, and then you can actually go in and delete the...
Does a picture
link.
take up
Yes.
characters?
Yes.
How many? Is it a standard amount or?
I'm not sure.
Oh well, I barely use Twitter, as you can tell. Like I actually tweeted something to my girlfriend's like, "Oh, look at this," and she went, "You literally just tweeted my name." I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't know how Twitter works then."
Yes.
Aye. What's going on there?
I don't know. Fucking, that's my stupid neighbour laughing.
So yeah, what have you been up to this week then?
Well, I went to see Civil War. And I know you did too, because we went together.
We did. Don't worry, we're not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
We'll have a spoiler cast up next week all about it when everybody's seen it.
But, quick review, it is amazing.
Yeah.
I would say it's in the top 3 best Marvel movies.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, so... But we'll discuss it at greater length in another show, because a lot of people still won't have seen it yet.
Yeah.
So, other than that, still playing the Division, just doing the daily grind, trying to get better gear. Playing more Quantum Break, it's really good. Really enjoying that actually. Even the wee TV show, it's really good to just be able to go, oh good, the TV bit's on now, I go away, get food and just sit down and watch that. And then by the time it ends, you're like, oh, I could do more gaming. So
how long is the TV episode?
About 20 minutes.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I thought they were going to be like 5-10 minutes or something, but
Yeah.
no, 20-minute shows. So they're actually really good.
That's good then.
And it gives you an insight as to what the bad guys, or what the bad guys are doing, kind of behind the scenes, or what we side characters are doing to aid you in the game, but you don't even realise they exist. Like it's really cool like that. Game wise, I don't think I've done much else. No, that's about it. Just those two.
Oh, cool.
What about you?
Well, I was playing Division the other night, doing Incursion for the first time. Now, this is my biggest problem with this new rating system they've brought into Division, right? It's the same problem Destiny has. If people think your rating is too low, they kick you from their game immediately. Now, I'm quite good at Division, right? Let's be honest. I do challenging mode and I don't die. I fucking tank at it.
Yeah.
My rating might not suggest that, but no, I'm good at the game. I know how to take cover. I know how to shoot enemies and all that, right? But then again, every time I joined Cosy, people was getting kicked. But anyway, I eventually found a group. It was all good guys. Were doing it. I think we'd set 2 charges off on the PC. Game froze. Kicked out.
Oh
crashed.
no, that is so
was
devastating.
Raging. In PS4, like if your game crashes, you can submit a report and attach the video. I went to town on them.
Oh, did you?
I don't care if it's Sony's fault or their fault. I was just pure unacceptable. Like, because that's a lot of work put into it. And then if you load up the game, you can't just jump straight back in, you know, unless it's like your actual friends.
Oh yeah,
People,
the Division's quite different like that. It is annoying.
Heavy annoying. But apart from that, Iron Banners this week. They've improved the loot system, so instead of getting engrams from it, you get straight rewards, and they're all really good so far.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people tweeting about it. They've actually, like, first match, they're getting like really decent rocket launchers and stuff like that.
Well, the rocket launchers are shite, so you just
sell it.
No, you infuse. Is it infuse? I forgot the word. You can put it in another piece of gear that you use. Basically, that's all I've been doing. It's been good.
The Destiny's just become this thing I don't understand now. Like, as someone who played it non-stop every day, I'm now totally lost and I don't know what the fuck half these things are.
No, last night I was playing a lot of like arcade games like Tetris, Race the Sun. Still love that game.
Is that the one where you're in the wee jet and you need to avoid all the obstacles and you used to try and catch the sun? That's really cool actually. I remember playing that at your house.
But yeah, so we're playing Tetris last night and we're having a wee mini tournament. And I lost twice, right, for the most bullshit reasons ever. Now, comparing the stats at the end, right, my stats were so much better than everyone else's. But it's because I was playing too quickly. So it's like a battle system, so the more lines you clear, the more it sends to your opponent.
Right.
But I was like, going so quick, I was filling my matrix up. Because I'm quite cocky that way.
Yeah.
But that was bullshit.
Fair
Just
enough.
want to say that. Chrissy, Rosie, Lucci.
I'll take your word on it. I wasn't there.
Yeah, that's about it.
Didn't even know there was a multiplayer aspect to Tetris,
Yep.
so there we go. Right, we'll kick off with the news then.
Okay.
So, story number 1 is that old Robert Downey Jr. He's been at it again, talking about Iron Man 4. He's kind of will they, won't they, but he's recently said in a video interview that he feels like he could do one more. And weirdly enough, Jon Favreau, who was the director of Iron Man 1 and 2...
Happy?
And also plays Happy in Iron Man. He's recently said that he would actually quite like to come back as a director to the Marvel Universe. Because he's still quite heavily connected with them as a producer. But he thinks he could come back. So I just think the two of them, like, both happen to be saying this in the same month as each other. I reckon Iron Man 4's on the cards.
Yeah.
I don't see it not happening. And I think they would definitely be quite happy to give him the money for it. Marvel are making stupid money right now.
Yeah.
If an actor could basically ask for anything, they'd be like, alright, cool.
Considering the difficult situation we're in, like what?
Oh yeah,
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, like, it's staggering just how things have changed for them now. So yeah, Iron Man 4, I mean, it's not, it's basically him just saying he feels like he could do one more. The studio might be like, nah, fuck off, man, because we don't have any reason to have another Iron Man film, but I'm sure...
got Infinity War coming as well, so...
Yeah, and he's going to appear in Spider-Man as well, so he's going to be in other films, but I reckon they could still fit another Iron Man film in there.
Yeah.
So what are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, story number 2. This coming off the back of Civil War and some Marvel related news, I suppose. It's not looking good for DC. It's really not looking good. After Batman vs Superman, I'll tell you the news first, then I'll tell you why I think that's appropriate. Seth Grahame-Smith was due to be the director of the Flash movie.
Yep.
Pulled out. He's like, nah, fuck it. Creative differences, the fucking same thing they say all the time. He's packed it in, and then the rumour is that James Wan, who directed Fast and Furious 7, he's due to be the helmer of the Aquaman movie, and apparently he's going to quit as well. He's saying it's like he doesn't need to do it. Basically, he's like, nah, I don't really need this under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big rumour that he's going to quit. And then apparently George Miller, who directed Mad Max Fury Road, he's kind of rumoured to be doing the Green Lantern Corps movie. So 3 bits of DC news. One of them alright because George Miller, brilliant. You know, Fury Road was amazing. So giving him a DC film's great. Green Lantern though, I'm like, are we still doing this? We're really still doing this?
And I know it's a bit of a cop-out saying this because a lot of people feel this way, right? But the only 2 DC characters I care about are Batman and Superman. I couldn't give a fuck about any other ones.
I'm right there with you.
Fair enough, they've made Daredevil cool and all that shit. I'm all for it, yes, but...
Daredevil's Marvel though.
Oh, so yes.
So there you go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I suppose
I'm the same as you. I only care about Batman and Superman, and even then, it's mostly just Batman.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about any of the Justice
Marvel's
League.
got a lot more interesting characters, like especially the X-Men. I love the X-Men. Talking about original rights here.
Yeah.
Thoughts on them. They've always been my favourite, and then I liked Iron Man as a kid, and as I said, my dad loved Thor and all that. It just seemed like Marvel was a better company.
I take more Marvel.
Fantastic Four and all that.
There is people out there who like swear by DC. I just don't.
It's an old choice and opinion, I respect that, but just,
what do you reckon about these guys potentially leaving? Because I'll tell you what I think has happened here. I think Batman versus Superman's come out, and was their big thing. It's like, this is us, we're starting a Justice League, going to get the ball rolling, we're going to compete with Marvel. And fair enough, it's made a shit ton of money, but critically it has tanked to the point people are like, it is as bad as fucking Green Lantern. I wouldn't quite say that. That's pretty bad.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well, but it was trying to do far too much too soon. And I just think that these guys have maybe went, do you know what? Not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, not worth the fucking slating you're going to get. Because that's exactly what happened. Like, anyone who was involved with that Batman vs Superman movie, apart from Ben Affleck, everyone took a tanking on it. It was like, oh, it's your fault,
Yeah.
So if I was the director of the Flash film, I'd be like, well, there's already a fucking awesome TV series that I need to compete against.
Everyone's unhappy though.
Everyone's unhappy that it's not Grant Gustin that's doing it, it's Ezra Miller. Which I'm like, alright, fair enough, because they've brought the multiverse in the TV series, so you're like, could just be he is the Flash from another place, but I'm like, oh, really? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I just don't think some of these characters are good enough.
Stuff that's made sense back in the day when, say, there'd be a Superman movie and then like 10 years later there's a Superman TV series and different actors, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now it's literally, there is a Flash TV series and there's going to be a Flash movie coming out side by side, you know, they're going to be running at the same time. It's why don't you just have it the same actor?
I know that.
Find a way to work it in together. Like,
this is what I don't understand. You have a perfect.
Look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They tie into the movies, but not in a way of like, if you don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. you won't understand it. All of it's just sort of...
That is the perfect thing, actually, because what happens in the films affects that TV show. What happens in that TV show doesn't necessarily affect the films. Like, they don't really mention it. And they're kind of doing their own
nods to it.
Yeah, they're kind of doing their own thing now, but the films do impact that show. Like Winter Soldier, the fact S.H.I.E.L.D. broke down, that totally changed that show. So it's all set in that universe. They mention them a lot, but they don't rely on them. It's not like every now and then they trudge in an Avenger to keep you watching. They don't need to. And they've got Arrow, The Flash, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, all share a universe. Supergirl now apparently is part of that as well, because her and the Flash had a crossover. So they've already got this universe. Why not just fucking stick with it and be like, cool, here's Batman, here's Superman, like...
Yeah.
I really don't know what their big plan is, and I just feel that now these guys are potentially dropping out. Could be creative differences, do you know what I mean? We don't know, but I just think... I mean, if I'm, like, reading the signs, I'm saying... That's because this is not a good idea anymore. Like, these guys were obviously waiting to see how this does.
Yeah, that definitely seems that way.
And I just feel that Marvel had 5 movies in front of them before they tried the Avengers. So, and you know, you knew these characters, you were invested in them. In fact, that's it. I'll touch on Civil War slightly as well, and I'll see if you agree with me. Seeing Batman versus Superman, I could not have cared less about who came out of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
There was no emotional impact. See, watching Civil War without any spoilers, I genuinely care. I was like, during the fights, I was like, especially the one at the end, I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, like it's a sad fight because you're like, these two guys don't want to fight each other, like they're best friends, and you believe it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I've watched 5 fucking films where you've been in it, 5 films where you've been in it, you've been best buds. Whereas I was like, I don't care, couldn't care less about Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
like,
especially because you're just like, well, no, Superman is going to die.
yeah, exactly. I don't know what's happening with Batman. This is a new Batman I've never seen. I don't know how Ben Affleck's going to be.
Yeah.
It was just, that's just, there's more signs that DC don't know what the fuck they're doing, or they need to kind of change things to try and compete with Marvel. I just think Marvel are kind of dominating here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, story number 3 is that next Friday, May the 6th, so this Friday coming, a new game's going to get revealed. Do you know what this is? Did you see this news?
I've seen one about Tuesday.
No, well, this is Friday, as I've just said.
No, is it?
From a company we know and love, DICE.
Oh, yeah.
Battlefield 5 is getting announced this week.
We thought it was Battlefield 5. They just said the game announcement.
Well, they've said...
and they said Battlefield. They just said Battlefield.
Yeah, it's in the Battlefield series. It's Battlefield 5. I don't think it's going to be Bad Company, as much as I would love that.
I think it might be because everyone wanted Bad Company 3 after they brought out Battlefield 3. But then they brought out Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
And then they brought out Battlefield, that other one, Hardline.
And
fans were really not disappointed, but like, oh come on, we want Bad Company. Like,
yeah.
Although you could argue they're all the same online, it's just Bad Company. That
The multiplayer's all the same online.
Yeah.
Hardline was slightly different because that's cops v robbers, but the majority of the Battlefield games are all the same.
But Bad Company's got that humour, that funny.
But the rumour that was going about was that it was set in World War One.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I don't. Do we ride on horses then, or?
I think it'd be really interesting.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm curious. Well,
I can't see.
We're going to see.
I can't see Battlefield or DICE doing that as their main game because I don't know how much you could fit into World War One in terms of a game. Like, that's something Call of Duty could do, but Battlefield you get thousands of weapons and vehicles and different
Call of
options.
Duty is kind of linear. It's leading you down one kind of path. Battlefield, although it is leading you one way, it's quite open.
Yeah.
And it's based on vehicle warfare, destruction.
Yeah, if they found a way to make it work, I'll be so interested.
Oh yeah, same because we haven't had a game like that apart from Valiant Hearts.
That's not a sure. You know?
Yeah, it's not a sure. That's a World War One game. It's rare that it comes up. That's what I'm saying.
World War One is the one people don't really know about. Like, if you ask just an average person what happened in World War One, they wouldn't know.
Yeah, because you don't learn much about it. I mean, you learn a lot about World War Two because that had a direct effect on the way things are now. I suppose World War One did as well, but it was eclipsed by World War Two.
Yeah, so people died and stuff, and
but either
World
way,
War One's all about the gas warfare and stuff.
That was something I thought. I was like, how does that work? So can I just get killed by gas in the game now?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it does.
By what time's it up?
The live stream events 1 PM Pacific time, 4 PM Eastern time, and 9 PM BST, which I am assuming is British.
British summertime.
British summertime.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Because I was like, that confuses
I'm
me.
sure it's also the same as the UTC.
Right. Okay.
That's an hour ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, they just love confusing us. Just put fucking GMT and we'll know exactly what you're talking about.
GMT's winter apparently.
Well,
I know, I get confused with this as well.
Who fucking cares? Either way, Battlefield 5, we're finding out about it. So, story number 4. More Marvel news, but on the TV front this time. Have you watched Daredevil Season 2 yet?
Not yet, no.
No, right. Well, you really need to catch up on it. I've watched it all. I've actually watched it all twice now because I watched it through again with my girlfriend. But the one takeaway from it was how fucking good the Punisher was. And everyone has been like, this guy's fucking amazing. Marvel, I've confirmed, and John Berthenol, who plays the Punisher, has tweeted out, he's been given his own show. Netflix are saying like, yep, cool, we'll have a Punisher show as well.
Yep. Not
So
surprised.
that'll be violent as fuck. It'll be really, really good. Like, I am so up for a Punisher show. Because I kind of feel like he maybe stole the limelight a wee bit in the last season of Daredevil. But no, I'm all for this. So.
I don't really know much about the Punisher. I remember watching most of that film that they brought out a couple of years ago. Apparently that's like terrible.
Yeah,
It seemed pretty
he
shit.
he doesn't really have a massive story. I think originally he was he worked for the mob, and then his family ended up getting killed, so he goes out looking for revenge. And Daredevil, they've kind of changed it. It's his family got killed by a gang, and he had come back. He was a spec ops guy, or a marine, so that's where his training came from. And he's just fucked in the head, like he just wants nothing but revenge, and he'll never ever stop. And they explain all this in the show, like the medical or mental reasons why he'll just continue to be the way he is. But I just think it'll be a really interesting show because towards the end of Daredevil, he doesn't like relapse and say, oh, I'm going to be a good guy now. Like, he just continues to be Punisher, but he's got a bit more character to him, if you know what I mean.
Right, okay, yeah.
So it'll be good to see now that he's not got like the memory of his family holding him back and things like that. You know, just him going out and being Punisher. I think it'll be really, really cool.
Aye.
So there we go. But you really need to watch that.
Oh well, I know I said I'd do it last week, but
Story number 5. This is just a kind of quick one, but more rumours. After all the rumours about the PS4 Neon, or whatever the fuck it's called, PS4.5, it's pretty much a source is pretty much confirming that Microsoft are going to be revealing new hardware at the E3.
but the rumour said it's going to be more like the Xbox One Slim.
Yeah, well,
Like
that's
they did with the 360.
Well, this is the thing. We don't really know what it's going to be because Microsoft and Sony are keeping so tight-lipped on everything. I mean, I think this Neo thing is pretty much all but confirmed.
Yeah.
All the specs have come out for it. Nothing's really come out in that sense for Microsoft, and apparently they're announcing a new controller as well. But I would quite like to see new hardware, even if it is just a Slim.
Yeah, I'm trying to quickly find this tweet I seen. That was a few days ago down when I seen it. It was Colin Moriarty tweeted it. Oh, here it is. Oh no, that's not. It was actually a figure sold of how many PS4s were sold, and it was a staggering amount.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like over 40 million now.
And he was just basically saying it's another reason why PS4 Neo is just totally unnecessary.
Yeah,
it's a
I know.
waste of resources.
There is no need for
It's
it.
a waste of their time and focus, and it is a giant middle finger to all the early adopters, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it's a giant middle finger to fucking everybody that's bought one. I just don't see the need because as console gamers, we've always been used to, okay, we have this machine, it's really good, it's shit compared to a PC, but it's still really good, it'll play your games and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't care because, well, I'll get achievements, you'll get trophies, or,
You know, update my drivers.
Yeah, we've just kind of stuck with these things, and then in like X amount of years, say 7 years or so, we'll get a new one. Now, see if they were to say, okay, here's a PS4, and then 5 years later, be like, here's a new console. Cool, I got half a decade with this thing.
Yeah.
I understand technology's moving faster. We need things.
It's slowing down now, actually.
I just think after this amount of time, there's no need. They're the market leader. Microsoft, I think, is probably at half their sales. I think Microsoft are lucky if they're 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, they're both doing staggeringly well. They don't need to worry about anyone else. Nintendo are going to announce their new console at E3. I don't imagine it's going to come out swinging. Like, after Wii U, they've damaged their rep. I mean, third party probably won't go for it.
And there's also a rumour that the Wii U is ceasing production. Is it next year?
That doesn't shock me. I'm surprised it's not ceased production right now. So yeah, I just don't think there's any real need. I mean, I'm all for slim versions and stuff like that because we've had them.
Yeah.
We've always accepted them.
I mean, even some
I
versions
think I had 3 Xboxes.
were slightly faster than that, but they didn't ever come out and say, "Oh no, this does have better specs." Like
Yeah, I was
better
like, but it was
graphics and
like
stuff,
so
you know?
slight that it was just your game would maybe run a bit better. Like the Xbox didn't struggle as much, or the PlayStation didn't struggle as
I'd
much.
be all for like, well, I don't think they could make the PS4 any slimmer, but
Yeah,
let's say a new one with bigger hard drive, maybe faster load times, and maybe it works better with VR. Yeah, that's fine. But then to come out with one and say, "Oh no, it's going to have better graphics, better visuals," but don't worry, yours will still work fine. I'm like,
yeah.
fair enough. I'm not all about graphics, but I do enjoy a good
Yeah,
game.
I don't know. I don't know how this works because what happens with developers? Because seemingly, like a lot of people we follow online are saying that their sources that are developers are saying like this is a massive pain in the arse for them
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they're now having to develop for another console. It needs to go through certification again. It's not just a switchy flick for better graphics. Like it's actually hard work, and I mean what?
Well, no, but the way games are made, I'm sure, because for PC it's just the one, and it's depending on your hardware is how good the graphics are.
Yeah.
So you change that yourself, like you put it on max if your PC can run it. It's like they do just make one copy and then the console handles.
No, I
it
don't
down.
think it is. Like
No?
they're built for you to do that. PC's different because that you've got that
I
option.
suppose I.
But whereas with console, we've never had this. So this is people that are going to have to really be like, okay, what do we do now? I just don't. I mean, a game's going to get delayed because of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That'll obviously happen. Delays happen all the time. And now you're adding the pressure of, oh, the Neo one doesn't work, so we can't release the PS4 one, so the Neo one's out. And I originally was thinking, well, if you're a developer, you're obviously going to just develop for the best one. But I actually never thought about it this way. Like, developers now
Sony said they're not
are
going to do that.
dealing. Yeah, I know, but developers are.
Supposedly.
Oh no, well, yeah, but they have to have a Neo version
Yeah,
anyway. But I was thinking of it this way: you've got Xbox, you've got PS4. Roughly the same power. Do you know what I mean? The PS4 is slightly more powerful, but nothing to like write home about.
Yeah.
You're a developer and you are third party. You need to develop for both these consoles plus a Neo version. I'm telling you what version's going to be better. The one that's on Xbox and PS4, because they're like, well, that's easy because it's the same game just ported to 2 consoles. The other one is slightly more difficult because we need to up-res graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just think it'll put more effort into the regular gamers. Because who are they really selling to with the Neo? How many people are honestly going to buy it?
I don't know.
You've got 40 million people out there with a PS4. A good hardcore amount of them will go and buy a new console. But telling you right now, like, and this must slow down PS4 sales. Because I'm not joking, like, I was considering buying a PS4. Now I'm like, well, no fucking way until I know what the Neo is.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I go and buy one now when it could be outdated in like 3 months?
That's the exact same. I was going to buy an Xbox in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Well,
what's the
best
point?
waiting now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Wait till E3's out the way and you know what's coming.
Aye. Oh
So,
well.
yeah.
We'll wait and see.
That wasn't meant to be a long story, but we
No.
seem to have kind of went off topic about it.
I'm quite passionate about it.
Yeah, clearly. Story number 6. This is a good one. I actually think we spoke about this in one of the previous podcasts about like remasters and stuff like that. It was on the PlayStation Store for a while. It leaked on there, and then it leaked somewhere else. But Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is coming. Right, fuck knows what the name's about.
Well, the big rumours is going to be set far in the future.
Yeah, but
Infinite Warfare would heavily suggest that, I think.
I don't know. I just think it's
To
a
me, that says
I
future.
think it's a stupid name. I just think it's because it's Infinity Ward that are making it, and they've went, oh, what can we do with the IW?
Well, okay, see the second part of the story, and then I'll tell you why I think it's Infinity. Or Infinite Warfare.
Right, okay. So anyway, it was spotted online. It was like a listing for the game and then a big poster. And there's like the regular game, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. But then there's the Legacy Collection, which is $109. So I'm not really sure what that is in pounds. Don't
Like
have my calc.
£90 odd or something.
Yeah,
like that.
somewhere in the upper region, close to 100. There's a thing called the Legacy Collection or Legacy Edition or something like that, and it comes with a remastered version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Yep.
Which is rumoured to only have 10 of the original multiplayer maps. And I'm like, well, I don't remember there being more than 10, so...
There's 4 DLC packs.
Oh, I suppose. So they've probably just put out
The 10
the
best
fan
ones.
favourites.
Yeah.
Halo Anniversary did that as well. They basically just cherry picked the best maps, because there's no point in wasting time remastering.
Yeah, exactly.
So either way, Call of Duty fucking 4 remastered.
That's probably why it's called Infinite Warfare, because of that.
Yeah,
It's the whole franchise.
because it goes on. I don't know, I just... I don't like the name Infinite Warfare until I see a reveal, and it maybe will begin to make sense then.
Yeah.
Right now it just sounds stupid. But no, a remaster of COD 4, like, that is so good.
I mean, I'm looking forward to remaster Modern Warfare 2 for the multiplayer. Because the story in Modern Warfare was amazing. Multiplayer was brilliant.
This is something I want
Modern
to...
Warfare 2 multiplayer, I think that's a definition of
Yeah,
multiplayer.
it's really good, right? But what I want to speak to you about is this Infinite Warfare is coming out, right? Then we've got a remaster of Modern Warfare, which when I first heard this, I was like, oh cool, it's just a single player. Because why would the multiplayer be there?
Right.
You're trying to sell a new Call of Duty, why would you then split the market?
Yeah.
But it does have a multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think that's so detrimental? Because you're like, oh, I don't know about you, right? We don't play a lot of Call of Duty now,
I
but
see
we
your
did.
point, but I think that's a problem for just older people. Like, I think, see all the young kids now, they don't give a fuck about Modern Warfare. They're gonna be like, I'm not playing the old game. They're gonna be like, focused on the new one.
But I don't know, I just think these
And
kids will have grown up with people
that's also
constantly
why-
saying to them, oh yeah, COD 4 was the best.
That's why I also think this is set so far in the future, possibly in space.
Yeah,
You know,
just to differentiate
and
the
then
two
it's
of
going
them.
to be so different, like night and day. Like this one's going to be like elaborate, maybe lasers, you know, maybe
Yeah.
mechs or whatever, and huge. And then you're going to have the Modern Warfare, which is just basic guns and shooting, you know,
Yeah.
grenades. And that's how they'll do it, you know.
But it could be. I mean, I don't know the road they're going to go down with this.
But I did see a brilliant meme about it.
Yeah.
It was,
Apparently it's... Oh, well, what?
it's like a big traffic jam road, and it's like
Yeah. So
the
that-
Modern Warfare service is pure Infinity Warfare service.
Yeah, I know,
like,
it's-
it's empty desert road.
yeah, just stretching on from us. But that's what it'll be like for a good majority. You telling me right now you get given Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare side by side, like a remaster. I'm going for the remaster straight away. 'Cause I'm like, I know that game, I loved it. What does it look like with amazing graphics? Couldn't give a fuck about the multiplayer. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm going to need to do the Mile High Club again. Because if it comes... There's no way they don't sell that as a standalone thing. Because as far as I know, it only comes with the Legacy Collection. But that's like selling the game. They're not going to put on that poster, we're also going to sell Modern Warfare on its own.
Yeah.
I reckon they will. I reckon
yeah,
it'll
they
be
will.
like a $15, well I say 15 like...
No, it'll be more.
Yeah, it'll be, I'd imagine they'll try to
Because
charge
this
you for like a
collection's
full price.
£109, unless that comes with a season pass as well, which would be acceptable. Then that is a lot of money to just for 2 games, and one of them's a remaster.
Well, yeah, that is true. It's the multiplayer thing I can't get my head around. I don't want to see how that works, but
Yeah.
it could be as you say. But I just wouldn't want to split my market.
Mhm.
I would want everyone to be on the new game server so I can go, oh, I've got like 10 million concurrent players.
Yeah.
Look how fucking good we're doing.
Should I say, we'll dig out Modern Warfare, right? Let's try the Mile High Club now. Because think about how many shooters we played since then. That wasn't the first shooter we played, right? But I mean, that was back when.
Mate,
shooters were
that's
played
legit
sitting new.
hard. Like,
I know, but I mean, think how much better we've got now. How many games we've played since then. Your skills do improve over time.
I just...
I'm not saying we'll run
No,
into
'cause your
it, you know, but I mean-
your reaction lowers with age, and you need quick
I
reactions.
think my actions are getting better.
I don't know.
I'm
man.
getting a bit more sniper kills every time I play games now.
I don't know. I just
I'm that guy.
I think the Mile High Club would be a struggle. So yeah,
No, cool,
that
man.
was story number 6. So we're getting it back. That's the main thing. Story number 7 is Mads Mikkelsen, who I don't know if you'd recognise the name. He was the bad guy in Casino Royale, like weird eye,
Mhm,
bled
yeah,
from his
yeah.
eye. Right. Well, he was in Casino Royale, and he also plays Hannibal in the TV series
Yep.
of the same name. He was cast to be in Rogue One, and everyone was like, "Oh, who's his character?" Because he's obviously not in the trailer or anything like that. He was doing. He was speaking to Sky News recently, and they were asking him about her character, and he was quoted saying, Felicity is playing this lovely young and strong woman. I play her father. And he quickly caught himself, and then he said, that was too much, I'm sorry. So I think he's basically revealed like he's playing her dad. So that puts there's loads of theories and rumours about her parentage, like, oh, is she, you know, kind of raised mum or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of changes things, but I don't know who this guy's going to be, if he's like a bad guy or not. But he's just fucking giving the jig up anyway.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
the good thing about Rogue One is I've got like no theories about it, because I'm like, well,
I'm happy going totally blind.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, Force Awakens, you were going in like, oh, who could this be and what could be happening now? But this is already set in a period. You're just like, oh, what did happen?
And think
You
about
know,
they
this-
can bring
this
back
thing.
like, you know, Boba Fett, IG-88, Darth
Vader.
you know,
I know.
like,
And think how good Darth Vader would be now. That like the
absolutely.
way the fight scenes are done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'd probably be the best time Darth Vader's ever had.
Mhm.
Boba Fett, I don't know if they'd bring back.
I think they're probably cameos. They must
But he
do.
died in the Sarlacc pit.
In Return of the Jedi, this is said before in New Hope.
So it is.
It won't be with Darth Vader or anything. Oh, we're broadcasting now.
What the fuck? How did we manage to start
I
that?
don't know. But Boba Fett didn't officially work for the Empire until Empire Strikes Back, as far as I'm aware. So I don't think like him and Vader will have a thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it'll literally just be maybe in the background of Mos Eisley or something. Or
Yeah.
Hunt Han Solo. I think Han Solo could even be in it, in the Falcon or Chewie. You know,
Yeah, that's true. I
so much they can do.
kind of doubt it though. But
Again,
then again,
even
they
as a
are.
cameo,
then
it
again,
could just
they
be the
are
little
doing-
Falcons in the background, and you see them walking by or something.
Yeah, well, then again, they are doing that young Han Solo movie as well.
Yeah.
So, could be they could get the guy who's going to be cast to play him in it.
Aye.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And then the last story, it's not really much of a story, but the Marvel Inhumans movie that was due out, I think it was like 2019. We'd spoke before about how its date had been moved
Mhm.
due to Indiana Jones coming out. Apparently it's been undated now, they've taken it off their roster, so don't know what that means for it, if it's not happening anymore or whatever, but they've set up the Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've said this before, I don't really feel they need to do this movie now.
Yeah.
It's maybe just adding a bit too many characters into it to introduce all the Inhumans as well, so that's maybe what happens, but we'll let you know if we hear more about it, but so far they've not
Yeah.
really said what's happening with it, to be fair. So.
It could be X-Men related.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Yeah.
They've maybe just thought, we can't hold a candle to the X-Men, so
Yeah.
although I think you could, the X-Men franchise still has a long way to go for me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Apocalypse, but I've got a lot of questions and a lot of things I don't understand about it.
Yeah,
just
have
from
you seen
trailers.
the most recent trailer?
Yeah, is that the one you've seen in the cinema?
No, there's
No, it's a
actually
new-
a more
okay.
recent one, and two things happen in it that I was like, really? Like, they revealed at the end of the trailer, they're doing something and it's that they say like, oh, we had some help, and it shows you like Wolverine's 3 claws.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's you. You've basically blown your load telling us Wolverine's in it. And then in the trailer, they reveal that Magneto is Quicksilver's dad. I'm like, okay, couldn't have saved that as a surprise for the film either. Like,
Well, we found that out in Days of Future Past.
well, not really. It's just you see the second name on the door. It says Maximoff, but that doesn't tell you he's actually his son.
It heavily implies it. I was watching again a few
Yeah, he,
weeks ago,
he
it's
says
it's
like,
heavily
yeah, my
implied.
mum used to know a guy that like, could control metal. They do imply it, but I'm like, oh, really? In the trailer, you're gonna tell us that?
I
like,
suppose.
just
Yeah, but
It's
it
a
seems
kinda
like,
weird
you know, Magneto's one of the 4 horsemen for Apocalypse, which I don't get because he wasn't. It seems like Mystique's fighting him, but she was one of his followers at the start
Yeah.
anyway, and actually rallied a lot of other people to him.
But at
You
the
know,
end of
and-
Days of Future Past, they kind of go their separate ways. So
I know.
I don't know. I just feel there's a lot of jumping about. Like Mystique wants to be an X-Men. No, she doesn't. She wants to join the Brotherhood of Mutants. No, she doesn't. She wants to go on her own. And then in this film, she's in X-Men now. You're like, fucking hell, what is happening with Mystique?
I know.
So that was kind of all the news. So, on to our question then. Now,
Yes.
the question, if I'm correct in assuming, was your best and worst multiplayer games.
Online multiplayer.
Online multiplayer games. Can be for a number of reasons.
Yep.
Doesn't need to be, it was just, you know, poor connection all the time, because that could just be your internet, I suppose. But no, I've, you know, for anything like you just loved it or you just hated it. What was yours?
Right, so my best online multiplayer game, it has to be Battlefield. And
What one?
can I just say all of them?
No, pick
If I
one.
had to pick one, it's 3 and 4 are so
Yes,
close. And
3.
4 was so good.
I had a lot of online issues before 3 and I never had any
I
problems.
suppose there was issues at the start. I'll give it to 3 then. Yes, it's got to be Battlefield 3. I put a stupid amount of time in
Oh
that game.
yeah, you
Still
and
do
me, you and
actually.
me both.
It was so good, so much fun. Brilliant weapons and all that. And it's one of those games where when it had like weapon bugs and glitches, like most developers would fix it immediately, but they didn't. They like went, let them have their fun. Like was it the UAA? Or what was that gun called?
The USAS. Oh
The
yeah,
USAS
you
with
could
the
put
explosive
explosive
rounds.
bullets. Yeah, and you could just
chaos.
yeah. I mean, there was like spawn points you could just trap people in, and like they could not escape. I actually forgot about that. That
Yeah.
was so funny.
Dude, it always
actually.
annoyed me you get killed by, but everybody was doing it. It was
Yeah.
just funny.
It was really really good. That was the wee town in Paris, wasn't it? Like you could
Yeah,
have like the most fun with that. There was like a wee building. That game was amazing actually.
And there's other things you could do, like you could actually do this in Battlefield 4 as well. But they changed it slightly. What you could do in 3 is you went up to a tank, put C4 on it, and shot it with like, a high powered like rifle, a hand cannon, or like a shotgun. It blew the tank up, right? But then counted as that gun killing it. So people were like, pure, how do you blow up my tank with a fucking revolver?
Yeah, I know. Like people were actually raging. Like they would do stuff like
Someone put C4
chuck
on it and someone
C4
sniped
out
it.
a helicopter
Yeah.
and jump out with a shotgun. So like helicopters would get blown up and it's you'd kill by that shotgun. You were like, what the fuck?
Such a good game.
Yeah, no, that was really good actually. I've actually put down, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but The Division, and it's not
Okay.
for like the game being addicted to it. It's actually just purely for online like connectivity.
Yeah.
From the beta, actually, because I played the closed beta, the open beta, and now obviously I'm playing the main game, and not once did I have a connection issue. I never. The only time I get kicked from anything was people kicking me from their group.
Yeah.
Never ever get kicked offline. It's so seamless. Just like you walk into the dark zone, you're just straight into a multiplayer game. It always tells you where your friends are. It's really easy to join people. I mean, I've had things where you start, and I've said this on the podcast, you would start the mission and like the doors to the mission don't open. But even then, I'm like, that's not really an online thing. That's actually to do with the game.
The only server issues I'd say there is after maintenance, sometimes it takes a while for you to join or start the game up.
Yeah, because there's so many people coming back.
But once you're in, that's you're in, you know.
Yeah.
It's
That
good,
yeah, that is true. But I mean, I very rarely have any issue with the online aspect to it. It's been really good, really fluid, and I can't say that about any other game. I cannot think of another game where I've not had at some point some kind of connectivity issue.
Yeah.
Especially in more recent times, the Master Chief Collection, for instance, we could not get online. Like it was such a challenge to get a game with somebody.
Yeah.
So for us now at the Division to be able to just like join a full group of people in the dark zone, no problem.
Yeah.
It's really really good. Yeah. So, what's your worst one?
Yeah, I just thought about this a couple minutes ago actually, because I wasn't sure.
Mhm.
Because, as I was saying earlier on, well, to you anyway, not to you, if I have a bad experience with a multiplayer game, I just stop playing it.
Mhm.
You know, if it's one of those games where it's single player focused but it's got a multiplayer on the side, that's shite. I don't bother with it. So there's too many of them to choose from. I don't want to pick one and be like a cop out answer.
Yeah.
I've got a good one actually, and it's PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Alright.
Because that game had so much potential.
Yeah.
It had so many good characters in it. It was maybe like people saying, "Oh, it's just a cheap rip-off of Smash." You could say that, but it's a bit different. You didn't know people.
It was basically PlayStation's version of Smash.
And it was good. You know, for those that played it, enjoyed it. You know, had a good community in it, but the online was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It would never work. You struggle to find games. I read online you had to go in and manually change your DNS so your NAT type would be open, and I'm like, oh, what's that mean? Like,
yeah, I shouldn't be having to do that
yeah.
to play a game online. Yeah,
it was so difficult. Like, even just playing with your mate, you'd invite him to your game, he'd get put in another game, or he'd say he doesn't own the game, or that you're not friends. All these stupid issues, and they never get fixed.
Yeah,
And the game just get left to die. Like, if they'd really supported that game, got these issues sorted quickly and all that game could have thrived and became something really good because it was so much fun.
Yeah, that's true. But they just kind of sent it out there and never really bothered.
So it was a fighting game.
Yeah.
Of course, the main play is going to be online, so
yeah,
they shot themselves in the foot there.
That is true. My worst game, do you know, I had a game written down and I've kind of since thought of two more. The one I had originally written down was, I'm not sure what one it was, but like the first Assassin's Creed to introduce multiplayer. That was like a fucking terrible idea. I'm sure it was Brotherhood.
I think it
and
was,
that totally ruined that game for me. Brotherhood, I would have argued, is better than Assassin's Creed 2, and it's let down purely by the fact it's got that shitey multiplayer tacked on. I would have got the 1000G in that if it would. I could. When it came to achievements, I was like, nope.
It was a
like,
good idea on paper, I think.
It just didn't work. I don't think it was. I was like, why do we need this? This could be a separate thing. Like, we'd already had 2 games in the franchise. We already loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Why add a multiplayer on? Dead Space, guilty as well. They added a multiplayer on. It was fucking dreadful. Like, what's the... Apart, not the... There's a co-op. It's not, you know, as bad as that, but... Just think, I then kind of started thinking like, what, single player games in general don't need a multiplayer.
No, not at all.
The other mention, the one I'm actually going to pick though for the worst time I had online is Crysis 2. Now that multiplayer looked insane. Like it looked so good.
Yeah.
The graphics were amazing. The abilities were awesome. Like you could turn invisible. You could like harden your armor and stuff like that. You had fucking really, really cool powers. And when that game worked, like when the online worked, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But see the amount of fucking connectivity problems you had and like not being able to join games. The servers are
That's
down.
not my biggest gripe about that. My biggest gripe was I was late to playing online for that game.
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't know why. And that's one of those games where the higher level you are, right, the better your weapons are.
Exactly, you were rewarded for being better at the game.
A lot of games do that, but it's just more like, oh, this sniper's a little bit better, it fires quicker. It's not like game breaking, but that was game breaking. Like you get rocket launchers and all that shit to start off with.
Yeah, people would eventually, their powers were so good, like you just couldn't compete.
Yeah.
Like if you just started that game, you were fucked. Because I don't think it like had a kind of skill barrier.
No,
it would have just put you into games with like pure elite people.
Yeah.
And you're like,
if I had that set of brackets on, like, oh, you're this level between like 1 and 10, and this you're in that server, you know,
like
fine,
the Division does,
exactly.
and like Halo's done, it matches you through your skill. You know, it tracks your progress, and after a few games, it can put you in a skill bracket. It's just, it was unbelievable how difficult that became.
Yeah.
And then a last mention, it's not bad now by any stretch of the imagination, it's actually massive now, but at the time it was fucking terrible, was GTA Online.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, how hard it was to even keep your character.
They fixed all
when it first came out, I mean, I remember my character got deleted about 3 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't be bothered playing it when it came out. I was like,
I mean, Kieran, like, someone gave him millions and millions of dollars.
That's
and
right.
he get punished for it.
Yeah, my brother got the same.
He didn't even ask for anything, just giving us money, then he got punished. Like,
yeah,
well, that's fair.
someone glitched the server and my wee brother got to like level 100, or over level 100, and got like fucking hundreds of money. I'm like, I want on one of these servers,
and Kieran gets his car stolen as well. During the personal car, and he could never get it back. You'd always see the person like driving it around. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but they did change a lot of stuff eventually, but That was really bad at first, actually.
Brilliant now though.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's so much fun now, actually. So,
Apart from those fucking heists.
yeah, they're a bit hard, and they're a bit unfair as well.
Yeah, like I'll tell a story quickly on this. Like me and Ant were doing one of the heists. It's the one you have to go to the prison and get the plane and fly away on it.
Yeah.
Shit. Like we kept doing it and doing it, and so the people we're with just kept fucking up. It's 2 random guys online. There's 4 in it, or is it 3?
Yeah, 4.
4, aye. So eventually got it all done, right? We're in the plane. And they get the marker was up here, but the guy was flying here, just in a circle. And we kept saying to him, mate, you need to fly higher.
Yeah.
And he would not listen. Now, there's no timer or that bit or anything, right? But all of a sudden, it came to the cutscene. We were all jumping out of the plane, you know, say goodbye to the guy, right? So we all jumped out, and it did the thing. Failed. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And we're just like, what happened? They're like, we don't know. Is
Yeah.
it because you didn't fly high enough? We don't understand.
Oh,
It just
see that?
failed.
Like,
Start again.
I can't describe the rage I would have.
Oh,
Like,
we were down like, nope.
yeah, I know that's what I have to do. I'm like, nope, this has to go. And then you can't even play something else because you're so busy being annoyed
Yeah.
at the other thing.
So this controller's going to break.
Yeah. So that was that question. But you had one last week, but I cut in front of.
Yeah.
Obviously, what's the question?
This is a good one. I'm actually really looking forward to this one, right?
Right.
Because I feel it's something that people don't talk about enough or even appreciate enough.
Right.
It's your favourite game's soundtrack.
Oh, that's a good one actually.
Yeah. Now, see me just thinking about this, right? I had about 20 go through my head, right? So I want to say top 3 then, right? Make it a bit.
Right, aye,
Easier.
yeah, because picking one will be really hard. Yeah, top 3 sounds really good actually.
So it can be just maybe it really connected with you or it reminds you of something
Yeah.
that's personal to you or just a good soundtrack that fits the game. Yeah, so if you want to let us know what yours is in the comments below,
Yeah.
we're very happy to read that out in the show. So yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, good stuff. So that's everything for this week. So
Yep.
we'll wrap it up. Like we said earlier, I am at Dirk Saxon. You're wrapping it up?
Yep.
Right, okay. You are...
Just get the wee ball here.
Right.
What is this?
Your
Twitter?
Twitter.
yeah. My Twitter is at NickSolo89.
And the Cosy Couch is just at the Cosy Couch. Same with Facebook as well. And if you're watching this, well, you know what the YouTube channel is. So do us a favour, subscribe, like our Facebook page, tweet us, give us comments.
Yep.
Any feedback's good. It's also good for us to have something else to talk about. So
Yes, we'd like to very much engage with you, so please chat away. Ask us anything, we don't care.
yeah, anything. Social security number. We don't have them, but
Yeah, we'll make it up.
yeah, we'll make it up for you.
6.
Yeah, so that's us.
Yeah, cool. So thanks for watching.
Yeah,
And stay cozy.
stay cozy. Imagine we just sat here for hours.
Should have just done that. Occasionally scratching the nose and stuff.